Good morning, good morning, good morning. How are we on this freaking fabulous Fri-YAY? Can y'all hear me okay? Because I am talking kind of soft. I think I was trying to use a radio voice. Y'all, it's Friday morning and I'm acting like it's like Saturday. And somewhat for me, it is kind of like I said, I have no notes. I pull my notebook over and I have no notes. Not any notes for us here in the den. I do have notes, and I think that's why I pulled it over because I have a plan for today. Y'all, we went up in subscribers. How about we do this the right way? Hello, 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 everybody. It is your baby boomer Kitty Lane from the Peninsula in Virginia, back with another Creating Relate. I'm so happy y'all decided to join me here in the den today. I am your Mama Cougar, aka Kitty Lane, and I want to welcome all my kittens. Oh boy, y'all, let me show you what I did yesterday. I diverted, but I stayed on task. You're like, okay, what? So, if you remember, I had three projects I wanted to do yesterday. One was at least one of the little squares, which I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8. I think I did two or three yesterday morning. And then I did one yesterday evening. So I ended up with a total of 8 of the squares. I did a grab bag of the next ones in line. I pulled out 12. I have no idea that I'm doing 12 today. They're just in order for when they come up. And I am going to pull I'm going to pull my hook. So that'll be ready. And stick that in there. And then, for the first part of my day, I am going to go back to the one stitch. This is what I ended up working on yesterday. This was halfway here when you saw it yesterday. So all of this, and this is doubled, well, from the single yellow line up, all of that happened yesterday. So now we're up to the last single yellow line, and we're repeating this whole pattern in here. And what that is 8 rows of aqua, 4 rows of varsity yellow, 1 row of butter, 2 rows of butter, 4 varsity yellow, 8 aqua. And that will complete the blanket. I don't know if it will be completed today. If it is completed today, that would be awesome. But I'm not stressing it. Um, like I said, when I get bored with something, I'll just snatch up one of those squares, do those 6 rounds, or do a couple of rounds. That's how I've been doing. I'll do a couple of rounds and go back to what I'm working on. I don't want to. I'm sorry. That's not the camera this morning. I don't know what it is, y'all. When I sleep through the night, I wake up sleepy. But when I wake up several times during the night, I wake up feeling refreshed. And then I don't yarn until I get on camera. I still think the camera has something to do with it, but oh well. That's my cherry cran juice. Okay. So I should be set up now. So how is everyone on this beautiful Friday morning? Y'all, it's cold outside. It's I'm sure for you northerners and midwesterners, it probably isn't. For us, it's in the 30s. It's cold. A nice medium here for us is probably in the low to mid 60s. That's a good medium for the temperature. We've had years where we've had heat waves that have carried us over 100 degrees, but that's very atypical. And we've had freezes that have taken us below zero. That's extremely atypical. So, yeah, I think our normal low in the wintertime is usually, I would say, upper teens to low 20s. And then our summertime highs are usually around maybe the mid 90s, pushing 100. So we'll say 98 is an average high, and maybe 20 is an average low. So what's that? 118 halved is 59. Yeah, that's a good average temperature for us. See how I did that math? I have not had my coffee yet. However, I have had my breakfast. And I've not had my meds. I think. I think I might excuse the coffee today. Yeah, if I eat Janae the coffee, I think that'll be a good thing. So what are you lovelies working on today? Let me know in the comment box. Yeah, we are well over 2,100 viewing hours. I was looking at it last night. I was like, whoa. I think it's like 2188, something like that. So we're getting there. I think I might do it a little differently today. And I have 6 things on my list to touch. So how's the weather where you are? What are your temperatures for today? Is it cloudy? Is it foggy? Oh, Lord. That's another thing about first waking up. My eyes tend to run. Did anybody have to get any kids on the bus this morning? If so, what was the temperature like? Did you wrap those babies up? I have a question. Does it get cold in Hawaii? Excuse me. I mean, like our level of cold. Does it ever snow in Hawaii? Somebody let me know. I know I can look it up and I probably will. I probably will. Yeah, when I be going to the grocery store in the morning, I turn my headphones on. I just hope I'm not yelling at people because, typically when you got headphones on, especially noise canceling headphones, your voice tends to get a little louder. And and yes, I have my scooter on Zoom. It stays on Rabbit. So I'm flying through Walmart. Zip, zip, zip. Come on in. Come on in. Oh, Lord have mercy. Okay, hold up, hold up. We got a problem. Houston, we have a problem. No, 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 no. I don't understand. I was away. I thought, but and that went all the way over. But why? Y'all, I'm confused. I am so confused. Okay, 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 okay. Good morning, Vivian. thunderstorms. I am so sorry. Okay, spring break. Good morning, dropping in for a few. Thank you, Amber. Thank you. Y'all know I'm not up here long. I'm just up here to give you your good morning smiles and hugs and good cheer. I got, and just to keep you up on what I'm doing today and how much I did yesterday. Oh my goodness. Yesterday, I think I was a little machine. You know, like I showed you, I did all all of this section yesterday. So the plan is to do at least, I'm repeating this today. That's 26 rows. And the blanket will be done after that. The plan is to do half the green, which is 4 rows, do a couple of the 100 balls, and then to pull out the Timothy X, the thick scarf. And once I get that, I said I wanted to add 35 rows to that today. I don't know if I'll do 35, but it's only 45 stitches across. I should be able to do 35 rows. I should be able to do 35 rows. And then after working with all of this, um, I definitely want to get through the yellow section. I only want to have this left at the end of the day. So if I do that, then I will feel accomplished. The goal is to finish this off tomorrow morning. If I finish it off tonight, that'll be good, but it will throw my little system out of line. It's not due until the 31st, so I know it'll be done this weekend. But my plans are to finish this in the morning and hopefully finish the Timothy X by tomorrow evening. I am going to pick back up the carpenter's wheel and hopefully get as many of those squares done as possible. And that's going to be tomorrow and Sunday because I tend to do most of my crocheting after my live on Saturdays. So if I can get that done, then maybe, just maybe, the blanket that I pulled out on, maybe I'll be able to put it back on the hook because the reason I'm leaving the rest of this for tomorrow is because I have to frog that blanket. Yeah, I have to frog that blanket and it's going to be heartbreaking. And I think what'll make me happy is I want that to be the last thing I do. So in the morning when I finish this, that'll bring my happy back. That's why I said it's a system to everything. So yeah, those are my plans for the day. Wow. Oh boy. Huh. Y'all, I'm starting to see my bed again. It's exciting. I didn't realize how beautiful it was. Oh my goodness. Yes, I do sleep my yarn. So when I do wake up in the middle of the night, all I have to do is stretch out my arm and grab something. Oh my goodness. So now you know the bone structure of my day. Vivian, please stay safe in those storms. We they were suspecting that we were going to have thunderstorms yesterday. If one clap of thunder And one flash of lightning is a storm. Then we had that. We had that. Oh my goodness. But it was whatever was going on was kind of spotty because in the western side of our city, they were experiencing really high winds, porch furniture blown over, branches breaking, anything that wasn't nailed down and wasn't of substantial weight was blown and tossed about. So, being warned, I pulled in the rocking chairs off of our patio. I'm glad I did, just in case, but I really didn't need to. Yeah, there was no need. We didn't have really high winds. What we did have, and what I found fascinating, y'all, my grandson's teacher told him that it is impossible for it to rain and snow at the same time. At the time he was telling me this, it was raining and snowing at the same time. Sometimes I wear that little guy dressed in crimson on my shoulder. And I told him, when you go to school tomorrow, which is today, you make sure you tell your teacher that with God, all things are possible. She has given these babies, well, no, Amber, honestly, there were raindrops and snowflakes. At one point, it was sleeting, but I'm talking pure white snowflakes they were coming down like snow, not straight down like sleet or rain. They were literally coming down like snowflakes, but it was raining at the same time. And it had already gone through the sleet phase. So it was back to the rain, real raindrops. Yes. It was like the talk of the neighborhood around here. That was actually happening, and it was sleeting when I went to pick him up from the bus stop. That was the sleet. As I was riding on my scooter and it hit me in the face. It felt like little pieces of glass cutting my face. Yeah, but it was different. First, it started out raining. I've seen that before. And then it was kind of raining and sleeting. And then the sleeting stopped. And after the sleeting stopped, it started snowing and raining at the same time. At this point, I was standing on the patio because as soon as I saw the snow, I love snow. I love snow. As soon as I saw the snow, I just wanted to say that I went outside in the snow. But when I got out there, I realized it was raining too. And I'm like, I've been in the rain enough today. Now, for our region, I don't count snow out until the end of April. There were a couple of years that we had really, really deep April snow. One year it was so bad that the circus had come to town. and people were actually snowed in the venue. The thing about it being that cold, yesterday morning, it was 76 degrees. By the time it started snowing, it had dropped down to 40. Um, yeah, but it had dropped down to 40. But of course, with it being 76 in the morning, the ground was too warm for it to stick. It was sticking on vehicles, but there was no way it could stick to the ground. There wasn't enough time for the ground to cool down. And even still, it wasn't even theoretically, it wasn't warm enough. It wasn't cool enough for it to snow because they say it doesn't snow over 32 degrees. That was falling from the sky yesterday was snow, and it was 40 degrees. Yes, yes, and yes, some more. Guys, I am not going to hold you any longer. Like I said, I just popped in to say good morning and happy freaking fabulous Fri-YAY. I want you all to jump over to JB's Crochet with Miss Amber and enjoy some more of this delicious day. And Amber, thank you for bouncing in. And I'm coming over there to leave a thumb. You better believe it. I definitely am. But you guys go about and have an absolutely fabulous day. As I always tell you, remember to love yourself because self love is the greatest love of all. And you can't love others the way they deserve to be loved unless you first love yourself the way you deserve to be loved. And you deserve the best. Remember, Kitty Lane told you. Remember, Kitty Lane loves you. So until we see each other again, hello, Michelle. I'm glad you popped in. Please catch us on replay. Head on over to Amber's, JB's Crochets. I love you guys. Peace out.